from breaching the laws of the country as well as other countries. Now, in other reports, the criminal justice system in Nigeria is set to receive a big boost as civil society organizations, that's the Clean Foundation, commences efforts aimed at digitalizing court proceedings nationwide. The foundation, while launching its technology and web-based platform in Abuja, said the platform will help promote transparency and accountability and also ensure that the administration of Criminal Justice Act lives up to its billing.
The ACJA 2015 is a legislation that has brought remarkable reforms to Nigerian justice system. The new federal legislation has brought fundamental changes to the criminal justice system as it provides, especially in Section 1 of the Act, for an administration of the criminal justice system that promotes fast justice delivery, efficient management of criminal justice institutions such as the police, prisons and others, protection of citizens, as well as the promotion and protection of the rights and interests of suspects, defendants and victims. As we have seen in other sectors, technology must be employed to enhance the justice system delivery in Nigeria. This meeting is convened under the project Promoting Accountability and Transparency in the Criminal Justice System in Nigeria. The project is aimed at digitalization of court judgments in Nigeria with a view to promoting accountability and transparency in the fight against corruption.
And away from that report now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs says that the mission of Sri Lanka, Czech Republic and Serbia were closed in the last 4 years due to paucity of funds. The minister, Geoffrey Oyema, while speaking to newsmen in Abuja, says that the mission in Ukraine was also downsized as the ministry struggled with its inability to fund a full-scale operation. Oyema revealed that there is a need to make more funds available for Nigeria's diplomatic ambitions, but commended President Muhammadu Buhari for his support to the ministry.
All our embassies and all our missions are in grave crisis, each and every single, almost without exception, around the world. This obviously will compromise our capacity to deliver optimally because the resources are just not enough to sustain at the level which we want to. Nigeria is a big country, the giant of Africa. We have giant aspirations, and we have to have also aspirations and the means to try to realize those aspirations, and that means a real presence around the world, a muscular presence around the world. But if we don't put the resources there, then we are going to have the challenges that we are facing. We've tried very hard with the legislature and to try to really up the resources that we are given.
And that was the Minister of Foreign Affairs speaking there, Geoffrey Oyema. Now we move on to reports that the federal government has agreed to join other African countries in Bordeaux, France next year for a summit in cities. This follows the invitation by the French government, which was conveyed by its ambassador to Europe, Stéphanie Revol, in Abuja as she visited the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Mrs. Revol also says that the summit is at the instance of the French government, as it is believed that the time is ripe for Africa to sit down and plan on how it will tackle challenges arising from its growing and expanding cities.
We want to make sure that this one is relevant and useful, not only to the head of state, but the entire stakeholders of cities, and primarily the private sector. So I would like to invite, of course, His Excellency the President of Nigeria to France in 2020, in June, in the 4th, 5th and 6th of June 2020. We will be kindly, we would be very much appreciating for him to come with a delegation, with ministers who are implicated in cities, so of course, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister of Finance, Prime Minister, Minister of Interior, Health, Education. So many ministers are concerned by cities.
This is really cross-cutting it cuts across every sector, from health to technology to, finance, everything else. And it's something that, of course, going forward for every society, we really have to address, because cities are, becoming real challenges, almost unlivable in some cases. So we buy in fully to that. I mean, it's something that we give priority to.
And shifting focus now away from the invitation of the French government, we now look at humanitarian service-related matters, as members of the Rugan-Hado community have expressed delight as the Centre for Communication and Social Impact, that's the CCSI, commissioned a solar water borehole, bringing an end to several decades of wait. Residents of the community have been deprived of basic social amenities and also expressed their delight at this gesture. Our correspondent Ahmadine Uyi tells us more in this report.
Cattle, thatched houses, a typical scenario evident in any Fulani community. Rugan-Hado is not different. Situated several kilometers from the nation's city center, Rugan-Hado is home to several Fulani families. However, the community has suffered from a lack of basic amenities, most notably water.
We have been suffering for many years ago, including this village. There is no drinking water. The water we have is not even enough. And cattle will go through the water, so many will go through the water.
Kuma zuwa ibarwan nan mutum zai tashi da dare ya je ibarwan kuma babu. Sai da ɗiba kaɗan ana samu ana dawo da shi gida.
To ease the suffering of members of the community, the Center for Communication and Social Impact, CCSI, initiated a solar water borehole to make drinking water available for the community and several public toilets to help hygiene management.
It's about improving the quality of lives of the members of the Rugan-Hado community by providing a solar-powered borehole to make sure they have access to continuous supply of water, water that is good enough for them to use to cook, water that is good enough for them to drink, water that is good enough for them to address all their sanitary and hygiene needs.
We really appreciate, because this project is helping us, especially water, that we can take it before it's not rare. This organization, this association just come and help us and give us the water, so that is why we are really appreciate and really happy, and we are thanking the association. Let God to pay them back for what they did to us.
The executive director of the center, Funke Fagbemi, says the project is one out of several outlined for the community to improve on their sanitation and hygiene.
It is not just providing a borehole and turning our backs. We are coming here to implement a WASH project, working with the members of the community, improving their knowledge and skills around how to improve their quality of life, how to prevent open defecation, making use of toilets to be able to improve their self-esteem and dignity, making sure that the issues addressing genders, male or female, all those barriers, social exclusion issues are also taken out of the way.
Some members of the community say the project has impacted on their lives positively.
What they had did to us, we don't have anything to pay them back. It was only God can pay them, because what they did for us, water, drinking water they have given to us is enough to us. And we are really appreciate. That's why we are praying to them. Let God protect them and continue give them promotion and continue give them long life and prosperity.
They express their joy and gratitude to the CCSI.
Abinda wa'annan mutane suka yi mamu, tunda muke a rayuwarmu ba Filatani dai ba mu taba ga irin wannan abu ba, sai anan. Idan kuma mun samu wannan abu anan, ya kamata mu gode wa Allah, kuma mu gode ma wa'annan mutanen da suka yi mamu wannan aiki. Domin ba mu taba a rayuwarmu mu ce za a yi mamu wannan abu. Amma wa'annan mutane sun duba, sun ga halin da muke ciki, sun daure, suka ce to ga abin da za su yi mamu.
Ahmadine Uyi, Plus TV Africa.
Ahmadine's report wraps up news across Nigeria. It's still the breakfast news, and when we come back after the short break, we have plenty more reports from the rest of Africa and the international front. Do stay with us. Glad to have you back, and if you're just joining us, you're watching news on the Hour and Plus TV Africa, and here's our Africa news package. We start from South Africa as the incoming president, Cyril Ramaphosa, has spoken about the composition of his new cabinet after registering as a member of the 6th Parliament on Tuesday. The next parliament is due to be constituted today, exactly 2 weeks after the May 8 national elections, which the ruling African National Congress, that's the ANC, he leads and has won with 57% of valid votes cast. Ramaphosa took over from Jacob Zuma in February last year and led the ANC into the polls. And crossing over to Ghana, the President Nana Akufo-Addo on Tuesday signed into law the Right to Information, that's the RTI Act. The event comes about 2 months after the Parliament passed it after years of delay. The President in an address said he was happy that the feat had been achieved under his watch and congratulated the Parliament for their commitment to the bill. He added that the implementation of the Act was due to start in the next fiscal year.
Pass the Right to Information Bill into law. Happily, in my time as President and in the time of the 7th Parliament, deliberations on the bill have been concluded, and we now have the Right to Information Act. I want to congratulate the 7th Parliament for its courage, sense of responsibility, and commitment to good governance in passing this significant piece of legislation. The purposes of the Act, as set out in its preamble, is to provide for the implementation of the constitutional right to information held by any public institution, and to foster a culture of transparency and accountability in public affairs. Properly applied, it should enhance the quality of governance in our country and provide a critical tool in the fight against corruption in public life.